Okay, thanks, guys. Well, holidays in the age of COVID-19 comes with a lot of questions. Is it safe to host a small gathering, or should we just skip it altogether? Joining me now to answer just that, UT Physicians infectious disease expert, Dr. Luis Ostrosky. Thanks so much and welcome to Houston Life.
Hi.
Well, Thanksgiving, of course, is the first major holiday during the pandemic, and that's usually when we all gather around the table. Christmas is on the heels. Doctor, break it down for us. What is the best and safest way for us to celebrate?
Unquestionably, the safest way to do this would be to stay home and have celebrations in separate houses for people that don't live in the same household. And we can all take advantage of the new Zoom rule that they're going to really actually release the time limits next Thursday for Thanksgiving. So safer thing to do is really to stay home with your household and have the celebration by yourself.
Absolutely. So just your immediate family. And I know early on we heard things like gatherings not more than 10 people. You're just saying stick with your immediate family and jump on Zoom for the rest.
That's right. And then the safe-ish thing to do would be to have an outside gathering, again, not too many people, and planning it out really well with different tables for different families, not sharing serving utensils, having hand hygiene stations. That's a way you can make it happen, especially here in Houston, where we're expecting gorgeous weather next week. So that's kind of a safe-ish way to address this.
Absolutely. If you need to do it in the driveway, outside, and maybe even have some of those small boxes that no one's, kind of cross-contaminating, if you will.
Correct.
Now, some families really are still choosing to gather for the holidays. What is a family bubble? Some say they're creating something like that. What is that, and what are the requirements for a successful bubble?
Yeah, so there's a lot of emails circulating around town and some videos about creating this mini NBA bubbles. NBA had a very successful way of implementing a bubble, but it took a lot of work. And truthfully, you needed to have started about 2 weeks ago with multiple rounds of testing of the people that are going to go into the bubble, quarantining while you're doing the testing and not really getting exposed over and over again. And then you get a final test before going into this bubble that you choose, and then not going out of the bubble is very important. So probably if you haven't started this, it's too late, and you should not rely on a single negative test to go and have a weekend with extended family.
Absolutely. Letting our guard down, if you will. And you're saying, too, that testing is really just a snapshot in time. It's not a guarantee for the future.
That's absolutely right. It tells you you don't have the virus right now, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get the virus in 2 or 3 days because you were exposed 5 days ago. So it's a 14-day incubation period. Anything can happen, and that's why we recommend multiple rounds of testing if you're going to use this as a tool to keep people safe.
And real quick, Doctor, we're kind of backtracking here. If we are doing that sort of driveway gathering or even an outdoor one, you still got to be protective. You say wear those shields, wear the goggles, and wear the masks as well.
Yeah, outdoors, you can take your mask off and you can take the shield off as long as you maintain the social distancing. Again, the 6 feet is very important. And in this setting, what's important, again, is to not cross-contaminate. So individual plates, individual serving utensils, maybe the ability to warm up the food before you actually eat it, those would go a long way.
Dr. Luis Ostrosky, infectious disease expert with UT Physicians, thank you so much. Great information today, and all of us really need to keep this in mind as well. And happy Thanksgiving to you.
Likewise. Thanks for having us.
And for more information on UT Physicians and the coronavirus, visit utphysicians.com/COVID-19 or simply call 888-488-3627. And speaking of